Ever wonder what it's like to defend your last breath underwater, surrounded by robotic fish and forgotten technology? Ocean Keeper Dome Survival is a roguelike wave survival game for mobile, and we're going to dive into it today. As always, the download link is in the video description, and if you're enjoying the video, don't forget to like and subscribe. Right off the bat, the intro video sets the tone nicely. I cut out part of the loading screen because, well, it was a loading screen and boring. Maybe a swirling sonar scan or some flickering status text would liven it up a bit. It could also be a great place for progress tips or a lore snippet, just something to keep players engaged while they wait for a few seconds. So here's the setup. You and your robot pal wake up with a convenient case of amnesia. Thankfully, your mechanical buddy remembers how to swing a pickaxe and shoot lasers. Classic. It's a perfect excuse for a snappy tutorial intro. Thank goodness the devs let us drag up more than one piece of ore at a time. If we had to do this one rock at a time, that might have been a quitting point for me. Mining ore is our main job. It's used for currency and upgrades. It's a simple loop, but it works. Okay, a minor gripe. The top of the mech should at least be able to rotate independently. I know it's not needed because I can walk pretty easily without having to look, but if I have to look and shoot, it sort of takes away things for me. When you find an artifact, they're instant upgrades, which is a nice touch. Pro tip, when you're in a mine, if the wall looks like someone sandpapered them and they're super smooth, you can't mine there. If the wall is rough, you're good to mine. Here's where things get a little tense. Every so often, a wave-based combat system breaks out. The game flips from a chill miner to underwater panic. You'll notice my mech has two orbiting auras. Red is the machine gun I control, and purple is the artifact cannon I picked up, which auto-fires. The mining segments between waves are a great breather. They split the focus of the player and keeps you from just being bored waiting for the next wave. Wave 2 really had a lot of monsters in it. There was a ton of enemies. I wouldn't mind a slightly slower ramp up for the players. Let people breathe before the real nasty enemies show up. There are a ton of upgrade options, which always keeps things interesting. I love the feeling that you can have a totally customized mech. If you're having a good time watching me mine, blast, and nearly get my butt chewed off by undersea monsters, be sure to like, subscribe, and share the video. It really helps out the channel. I found another artifact. This one gives you a choice between 2 chips and a booster. Chips apparently buff your weapons, and boosters are more about passive abilities. Back to my old mine. If I had my way, I'd probably stay in one mine the entire game, if they let you dig that far. There's no terrain funneling in this game. Everything in the ocean so far swims, and you just ignore most of the map and make a line straight for your character. I would love to see some enemy types that are slower but have to follow the terrain. So despite what the tutorial implied by a small mine, I decided to keep digging in this one as long as I was able, and look at that, I found a new type of ore, so it was totally worth it to keep digging in one mine. Cutting it close? Yeah, try 0 seconds on the clock. That was way too close. The enemy variety so far has been pretty solid. Even if we're zoomed way out, you can still feel the difference in how they move and attack. That was total chaos, but I'm actually impressed. Seeing a swarm of new enemy types drop all at once really kept the pressure on, and I always appreciate an end-of-run breakdown. So we got a shady boss figure asking us about artifacts. I'm sure our character doesn't remember him at all, and that's never a good sign. After a defeat, you can use your hard-earned currency to power up your mech, which is a classic roguelite loop, and it works well here. Pros and cons. So, the pros are a good tutorial, great visuals, and meaningful mech customization. The cons are there is a ad watch for an upgrade, which I don't appreciate usually, and the early waves feel like they expect you to have a lot more firepower than you actually do. That's it for today's Deep Sea Showdown. If you had fun, like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next video.